how you going? It's Donna here, and thought I would talk a little bit about a cat that I've been working on. This cat's name is Princy, and I started working on her a little while ago, and basically her issue is that she's never allowed her owners to pat her. It's been 7 years. They basically got her as a rescue. She was in very poor condition, had been severely neglected, and basically had no fur on her tail or anything. I think she had worms and fleas, and it was pretty bad. So these loving owners have took her in and have had her for 7 years, and she has never let them pat her. And so yeah, I've been doing work on her, and I got to the 8th session. And I always ask now at the end of my sessions whether or not the animal needs another session with regards to whatever it is I'm wanting to heal. And basically with Princy, I sort of stated at the start of the session that it was all about her allowing her owners to pat her. And so anyway, yeah, like I said, I got to the end of the session, and I did a bit of dowsing to find out whether or not she needed another session, and no came up, which I've never experienced yet, because obviously it's still very early days for me, and I'm still learning. So I was like, wow, and I got really excited because I was just like, awesome, Princy's gonna let her owners pat her. And so silly me decides to text the owners, I did a session on Princy and she's ready to be patted. Maybe give it a try tomorrow. I was just like, of course I'm going to be excited. And the owner replied saying, oh, cool, no worries, we'll give it a shot tomorrow. And he commented and said, oh, my wife is really excited, and I'm excited and everybody's excited. And anyway, it had been a couple of days. I hadn't heard anything from the owners. And then about 4 days later, I decided it was just killing me inside. I needed to know what was going on. So I went there and knocked on the door. And unfortunately, the cat still hadn't let her owners pat her. And I was just like, I was pretty disappointed. But obviously I want to do what I can. So what I decided to do is, what came up for Princy a lot was there was a lot of chakra healing that needed balancing. And most of the time it was her root chakra. Her root chakra was a really predominant, her root chakra was a really predominant requirement. It needed balancing all the time. So I decided to, because I'm doing the chakra side of my healing course, I decided to give the owners a small piece of hematite. Hematite is really good for root chakra as well as increasing confidence. So I gave it to them to use, and it basically, you just put it in the animal's bedding somewhere, because you want to make sure the animal can leave the crystal when it's getting a bit much for it. So tip or note, really important, if you're ever going to use a crystal for your pet, never attach it to its collar. Never use it in a way where the animal cannot use its own mind to get away from it when it needs to. We try to control so much of everything we do in our pet's life. We control when they get fed, we control when we go for walks and all the rest of it. And there are people out there that would put a crystal on an animal's collar, and that animal can never get away from it, and sometimes it really needs it. But anyway, this is a whole different topic. I'm talking about Princy. So anyway, I've given them this crystal. I haven't heard anything yet as to how it's going. I don't imagine it to be a massive difference. But basically what's come from it is, like I said, a lot of disappointment, and therefore a lot of doubts. It has really brought up a lot of doubts as to, does this energy stuff work? Does it even work? Is it just a load of freaking hoo-ha? Yeah, so I've been struggling. a little bit. But then I kind of think, well, there have been some improvements. Even the owner said they've really noticed how Princy has come out of her shell. And they noticed also how Princy now actually looks at them or give them eye contact. She never used to do that before. So small improvements. And I guess when I think about some other successes that I've had with other animals, and I've also got to think about whenever I'm releasing something from an animal, I always get that yawn. Like it's just, it's too, it's almost like a validator that I'm doing something, because I can't like bring on, like, you know, I can't force yawns at a certain time. Although now I'm talking about yawning, I want to do a yawn. Hang on. Excuse me. Maybe I just released something, who knows. Yeah, so anyway, doubts and fears. I've put in a post. Basically every month there's a Q&A in the course that I'm doing. We missed this month, but next month there'll be a Q&A. So I've posted my question to see what the instructor comes back with, as far as, you know, because I double checked things. I was doing the dowsing and I double checked. Even a couple of days later, I double checked, you know, is Princy ready to be patted? Can she be patted now? Can her humans pat her now? And I got a yes all the time. And I believe I did everything right. I prepared myself, prepared everything, you know, made sure that I was asking for the light of truth, and that the session with the pendulum come from a place of love. You know, I release all resistances, illusions. I release all the negative stuff. Get rid of the negative juju. So yeah, I'm curious to see what the instructor comes back with about that. But yeah, I guess I'll keep you updated. Anyway, that's all from me. Hopefully this story will end with a happy ending. Until then, have a great evening, a great day, a great morning, a great sunset, a great everything. Bye for now.